Maturity and responsibility are not measured by age, they are built by experience. It is not when we start speaking big things, but rather when we start understanding small things. You may not be able to control the situation, but you can always control your attitude and how you deal with it. That's when maturity and being responsible occur. Being mature and responsible may be tough, but with a little effort and motivation, you will see how much better you'll feel about yourself in no time. Remember that if you want to be mature and wise, you must first have to be young and stupid. Life does not prepare you for the responsibility that comes along with being an adult. Well, who would be ready to plunge into adulthood stage where you have to pay your own bills, fire up another workday, or drink some coffee and pretend that you know what you are doing? You might feel that fear while entering adulthood, but that is normal. The pressure is indeed real, yet you must learn how to face it because that is part of life. You might have friends who have been nagging you to act in a more mature and responsible manner, but you still don't know how. Well, worry no more because I will give you tips and advice here on how to be more mature and responsible. 1. Set your goals. If you want to be more mature and responsible, you have to make it a clear and realistic goal. Rather than seeking satisfaction in fantasy, strive and compete for your objectives. Invest your energy in setting your goals and activities that extend beyond one's self-interest. 2. Be persistent. Aside from setting your goals, one thing that you need to do to achieve maturity is to have perseverance. Achieving your goals in life or getting results from what you've worked hard for takes time and process. Just keep on trying and be a persevering person. Never give up halfway and always remember your goal. 3. Listen more and talk less. Most of the people tend to treat conversation like a competitive sport, but actually, this approach is definitely opposite to the one you should take. Do you know that the person who talks less benefits the most and the person who talks most benefits least? Listening is also a sign of maturity because when you listen, you understand things. Be a giver rather than a talker. 4. Have self-control. If you want to have more maturity and responsibility, learn how to control yourself. Manage your thoughts, emotions, and temper. Be careful to evaluate and analyze your actions and behavior. It may be a great challenge, but if you learn from it, you can master anything. Thus, never let your emotions overpower your intelligence. 5. Respect other people's opinion. People have different perceptions in life. Hence, respecting others' belief, point of view or way of life without any judgment is a sign of maturity to understand things in life. Even if you don't agree with someone's opinion, learn to respect it and make it a point to never argue about it. 6. Develop acceptance. Letting go of everything that's bothering you or of all the negative thoughts you have in mind doesn't mean giving up, but accepting that there are things that cannot be. Just accept the unchangeable and remove yourself from the unacceptable. So if you want to be more mature and responsible, recognize the things you cannot have and be contented with what you have. 7. Be optimistic. If you view life on a positive side, it will help you get stronger in whatever circumstances you're facing right now. Maturity and optimistic come on the same line. If you continue to entertain those negative vibes, immaturity will come along. Be responsible and mature enough to think that everything has a purpose. Never let yourself be caged by your own nemesis. It is always healthier to have positive thoughts rather than the opposite of it. 8. Be open-minded. There may be things that aren't always what you want them to be, just stay open-minded and look at the bigger picture. An open-minded person is one who admits being wrong, one who thinks and opens his mind before opening his mouth. 9. Build self-confidence. Never underestimate your strength. Accept and love yourself, not needing someone else to complete you. Help yourself without expecting other people to do it for you. The best way to gain your self-confidence is by doing what you are afraid of. 10. Be contented, stop complaining. Instead of complaining what you don't have, be contented and just learn how to be thankful for everything that you have. A wise man knows how to be contented because he knows happiness comes from contentment. 11. Avoid criticisms and being envious. It is indeed important to seek objective criticisms. If you are mature and responsible enough, refrain from reacting to feedback from other people because this is only a sign of a childish response. Instead, find joy in the success of others rather than criticize and pull them down just to satisfy envy and bitterness. 12. Make sacrifices. Another sign of maturity and being responsible is when you are able to make sacrifices for the good of others without any resentment. Step out of your comfort zone and make sacrifices wholeheartedly as long as you can, because it is part of life, not something to regret for but something to aspire of. 13. Never blame others for your rejections or failures in life. Many people are unaware that they are responsible for the circumstances they face in life. So, instead of taking their own responsibility, they look for others to blame for their mistakes, rejections, and failures in life. But in reality, you create your own problem, so you should be responsible enough to handle it. Moreover, it is not also right to punish yourself when things go wrong. With the right attitude, you can simply learn from your mistakes and accept the fact that you will really fail. However, failures only teach you how to be strong in life. 14. Do good deeds. Learn how to share good fortune with others. Selfishness is only a sign of immaturity. Doing good deeds is indeed a man's most glorious task that will show his maturity and sense of responsibility to handle different situation. If you do good, good will come to you as well. 15. Cope with the fear of death. We all know that everyone will face death in the future, and probably many people are afraid to face this reality. Maturity is when you're able to accept the fact that death is part of life. Just focus your attention on living in the present rather than imagining the future. Living on the adulthood stage involves remaining vulnerable to both sadness and joy innate in the human condition. There you have it. Those are just some tips on how to become mature and responsible in life. Remember that immature people always want to win an argument, but mature people understand that it's always better to lose an argument and win a relationship. Maturity starts when all your drama in life ends.